How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting, and welcome back to Starfield. Starfield? Yeah, Starfield. Okay. Hey, we're back. Yeah, we're gonna start blasting through the main story missions. We got a funeral we might attend, depending on how time moves. I don't know. It seems to be really slow. We're doing this quest for Unity, whatever that is, but it's like we got these weird coordinates and these almost like a pun, like hints for a name of a star system that was like left back in like the ancient past. It's really weird. It's like that. I was thinking about it afterwards, and it's honestly got me thinking time travel, wibbly wobbly stuff. Like it feels like it was such a vague clue that it hinged on like not only understanding a coordinate system for a star system that maybe hadn't even been discovered quite yet, and giving and knowing its name to leave as a audio like really kind of basic kind of stitched together puzzle that just it feels like personal, like somebody who like we know or somebody who knows about us specifically went back and planted those stories just the right way. It just feels almost like a Rick and Morty type of situation almost. Like, does that make sense, where it feels almost too contrived to not be a personal contrivance rather than some like mysterious prophet, so some being that could see the future? It seems more like, okay, I need to get this idiot to the right spot, so I'm gonna go and leave a very blatant clue with a very specific set of instructions that'll carry over and just happen to align in this right way. I don't know if that's bad writing or intentional. I kind of hope it's intentional. Maybe it's literally like we're gonna go there and someone's gonna be like, oh, you finally showed up, it took you so long, you know, that kind of thing. I think it'd be fun. Anyway, we're gonna get about and do that stuff. So yeah, other than that, maybe I'll pick up a side quest here or there, but I'm really not planning on it. Yeah, we got 3 more UT days, Universal Time days, until like the funeral. Until then, I'm gonna keep pursuing whatever this is. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop over to Spaceport, head off, and see what we find when we get there. Knowing my luck, we're gonna go there, and it's gonna be a base run by pirates, and I'm not gonna have to, you know, fight anybody. I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna be like walking in and grab whatever I need. But we'll see. We'll see. This planet looks kind of cool. Scanner anomaly. Oh, so there's a power and Pilgrim's. Okay, so let's go get the power first. And then we can go and do the other thing. Ooh, I haven't fought a Starborn with my new settings yet. I wonder if that's gonna be... Knowing how those usually go, it won't be a slugfest anymore, but it'll probably be instant killed. Knowing how they tend to be. Let's see what Crix's gun will do to these Starborn. Anything new this time? I mean, maybe. There they are. Alright, you're still real tanky, but it's a lot better. I'll fetch me. And then I die. Yeah. That's what happened. I got stuck on something. I couldn't even move. Alright, we'll try that again. Oh, fetch. That went way better. Oh my gosh. Whew, this gun's good. Yeah, let's make sure we favorite this one. Because when it goes, it freaking goes. Oh wait, before I forget, because I keep forgetting to check. What's that power I just got? Active shield. Precognition. Bend time, glimpse the future, seeing a path someone will walk in the words they may say. How on earth does that work? That'll be interesting. Okay. I'll have to try that sometime. You know what? From space, this planet looked great. On planet, this place sucks. Guys, I gotta admit, okay, one thing they did nail, I think, is some storms. Like, the storms could be a little overdone, but like, how they look is great. Ow, what was that? What just happened to me? Lung damage. Okay. Again. This sucks. Alright. Hello? Anybody home? Not looking likely. Oh, here's one. The credulous simplicity of mundane humans never ceases to amaze me. My worst instincts, the evil spirit, draw me toward a form of contempt for them, but I remember that I am privy to that which they are not. I cannot and should not judge them for the lack of vision when I know very well the blinders which obscure their sight. I once wore them myself, after all. I hope for their sakes that they may someday understand, but for my sake I wish to be left alone. Gotcha. So, he had the scales fall, or she had the scales fall from their eyes, and, you know, they could see the light, and us pathetic humans could possibly hope to keep up. Today, in a soft voice, my assistant asked me if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could do to keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding that would lead to such a question. It was asked honestly, and I answered as best I could, but even from my closeted confidant here, I failed to grasp even the most basic of these truths. Why am I bothering to explain any of it to any of them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can issue even the slightest clarification. People are necessary, but people are madness. I attempt to withdraw, to go off alone, commune with unity in my own way. They followed. Of course they followed. Okay. Not great. Interesting. Pilgrim's writings. At last a bit of peace. Piece of peace. Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between writing to myself and talking to myself? The former certainly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again that my mind is my own, and that even if only it exists, that is sufficient for me to believe that everything else. The unity has restored me once more. This time I act alone for now. Myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much, but vanity is, thankfully, not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude is, in my case, time with a very sick man, or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Myself is a formidable opponent. Okay, so, yeah, it seems like the brain of this individual, and he says man, so he himself, whoever he is, it doesn't seem to be doing so great. It seems that's not quite going well, and that is cool, because that means it's what we need. I find myself thinking about various pasts and possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin a process anew. What is notable here? The road does seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself accepting the pleasure and seeing a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of consideration of all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path, if I stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power, if I instead embraced the twinges for compassion I feel in my heart, and let myself care for people whom I gather about me whenever I try to work. If I simply lived and taught, perhaps brought others to the light and died. That road also seems gratifying. I also see the contented version of myself in that future. Here's the difference, though. When I stop thinking about the glories I could achieve for myself, the pleasure fades nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something up, the feeling endures. There's something more sustaining about it, more fulfilling. I don't know what the difference signifies, but I'm grateful for the time I've taken to notice it. Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious to me, at least. I don't know. Like, when you seek for your own gratification, your own self-build-up, when you go, that time is done. What you leave behind lingers. So, yeah, maybe if you leave behind a legacy, that could be kind of something to feel good about. Like, oh, people will remember me. I'll be in the history books. That's really good. But at the same time, you leave an organization, you leave a group, you leave a mentality, a philosophy, something that continues to inspire down the road. That's a true legacy. Look at how we view things like Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, Churchill, George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, like Gandhi or anything. Like none of these people are perfect. A lot of them have their own flaws, but we revere some of the great things that they left behind, and we still talk about them today. And there's so many others too. Just people who, for good or bad, left behind a legacy that is continuing to teach, instruct, inspire, and defame us today. There's something to be said about that, something that's far more lasting than just achieving good things in your life. Nice thing is that sometimes you can have both. Sometimes you can be like a great scientist like Einstein, who not only leaves a legacy of like instruction, but also a personal achievement. They kind of go hand in hand. Okay. Oh, I just realized that's a fancy compass. That looks nice. All right, let's see if I can get this open. Unlock personal room. If you can't seek the right answers, you'll know the question to ask. How do I open this door? Gosh darn it. The guy sounded like he was a snarky person. It's probably what is the unity, but I return your question with a question. If you have read my writings, what is the burden of people? People are necessary, but people are madness. Who is your most formidable opponent? Myself. Where does enduring contentment come from? In stopping and embracing compassion. I came here seeking true meaning of unity. If you still wish to find it, there's one final piece of myself in the next room. Found my own answer a long time ago, but not in the way I was expecting. Hope your journey gives you the truth. So there's unity and the truth, and they're capitalized. So like, there's something to that. Hello, Pilgrim's room. Pilgrim's final writing. I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, though, I am comfortable with not knowing. The more I reflect on being here, in this world, in this time, the more I think it's precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me, so I won't have to run. I can actually build something with intent instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. I can be something beneficial. I'm leaving behind the other person. The world has no place for him. Let him die. Let me live in an enlightened and blessed universe before me. You have found the end of my journey, but to know everything, you must find its beginning. On Hylia 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. Okay. So I gotta go to another planet and find the truth. Sounds intriguing.
Landing gear. Check. Thrusters. Check. Excite. Clear.
God, this ship looks so ugly. Is that a giant dragon bug? What is that? Hunting Ichirodon. Well, you don't look flagged bad, though you look crazy. Huh. Oh, that's a pretty cool design. Are you like, is it like leading me here? That'd be interesting. It really kind of feels like I'm getting escorted. Hello, everyone. How are you all? Yeah, okay. It's really starting to feel like... Okay. Yeah, they're literally like just hanging out. Oh, this is very bizarre. Okay. Oh wait, no. Okay, so it's like a light puzzle. Alright, that's one. Alright, maybe that was the sting was just right here to begin with. I just got it right away on accident. Go to the last star of the Scorpius constellation. Oh, okay. So I just had to highlight that and then it tells me to go there. Okay, what? This is such a weird quest. It's pretty though. Like, this place looks fun. Bye, strange ant bugs. Hope you have a good life. Now, I don't know the names of Scorpius, like, constellation off the top of my head, so I'm gonna just trust that the game knows. Orborium Prime.
Have jump spinning down.
Oh, no.
Look at those stars.
You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Hello again. You suck, by the way. Keeper Aquila sent me to find the true meaning of unity.
He did. Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
God, that sounds like such a trap.
I can speak for myself.
Okay.
Constellation ship. You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
That's actually a fair way to put this. It's like, I don't really have a choice here. A ceasefire meeting. And who's this second starborn that's guaranteeing my safety?
Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, They're your next best bet.
I'm terrified though because I've got the artifacts with
I know
me.
your encounters with our kind have not been pleasant, but we are here to talk, and you deserve answers.
I mean, here's the thing. It's like, if I were the main character, I'd be super sketched out by this, but like at the same time, it's like such an opportunity. I'd almost be so scared. Like if we stepped away now, I don't know if we'd ever have another opportunity like this. So I think we have to.
Good. See, we can all get along. For now.
Yeah, it's okay. You just killed a friend of mine. Oh boy. He's only level 30 though. And he has a compatible docking ring. That's so weird.
Ship's docked. Let's go.
Alright, now they're looking way more normal. He looked way cooler before when he was ripping New Atlantis apart.
Hello. Again.
You suck.
Do you remember the Emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Ah, okay.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
All we ever wanted was the talking. You attacked us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest.
You just happen to have humanoid forms.
The Emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
You killed
We
someone.
needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
That doesn't justify murder.
And who gets to say that? You? Me? The Emissary?
And I can't say much. I'm a pirate.
I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
Ain't it fair?
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
Okay.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you?
This is some kind of cruel trick.
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
Wait, is this trying to say that's actually Sarah?
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others.
Okay, I'm
That
confused
is
now.
the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
So this Unity is where the artifacts are from, like the temples.
They are all connected.
And both of you are trying to keep people away from it.
I have to. This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die.
So they're just
You've
eternally
witnessed
trying
the
to get
power
back to it?
granted by the temples. The anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
So, yeah, what the fetch is going on? You're some other version of the Keeper?
You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. To appreciate the universe you have.
So there's multiple of you in the same
Easy for a
universe.
person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
What the fetch is
You're going to
happening?
tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
What is this? Whatever war's going on between you two, I don't want a part in it. I do my thing.
You're already in it. With artifacts, comes Starborn searching for them. Fighting over them. I want a truce. Between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the Hunters.
Why can't I have my own?
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
To be fair, the other one did kill a friend of mine in front of me. Huh. Okay. So let's see if I'm following. Unity is collecting these artifacts from who knows where. They still don't seem to know the answer. All they know now is like what they do. You get them all together, you go into a place, and you step into a gateway. It leads you to another universe. Essentially another version of this universe or whatever. You know, we're talking. I mentioned Rick and Morty earlier. It's kind of playing out that way. This idea of like infinite possibilities, infinite universes, right? And a Starborn is a person who, through this gateway, is able to traverse through them. So essentially making a duplicate of themselves that can act and react on their own, apparently simultaneously with other versions of themselves. They've developed this method of just maybe keeping things uncomplicated by masking who they are and using advanced technology. This technology, is it just stolen from the future, repurposed, or is it just something that these people are creative enough to design after what incarnations? And that's the thing, it's like, do you constantly go back into it? Like if I kill them, are they done going through the cycle, or can they just go through it again? Because they've said infinite possibilities and infinite timelines. So that mean if they died, or are they technically immortal? And if they're immortal, like why bother? Like, why would you want the pieces again? Like, it's very confusing. And if you have all of eternity and infinity to keep getting the pieces together, like, why do they keep getting scattered? Do they get reset? Do you go back in time every time you go through the gate? If you go through the gate, like, doesn't that... And if every time someone goes through the gate that's new and they enter this, like, cycle of perpetuity, wouldn't there just be an infinite growing number of Starborn? Especially because they're not limited in the fact that they can coexist with copies of themselves. So why aren't there more hunters? Like, are there hundreds of hunters flying around here? Again, Rick and Morty, it's kind of the same concept. Like, infinite Rick, is there infinite hunters? Like, the boundaries and the rules are very, very, very vague and get very, like, they can, I feel like it's almost too freeform. I'm a little nervous about that. So I hope they give us more answers. I'm going to talk to you guys, but I want to look around the ship a bit more while I kind of muse. So, I enter this space. So here's their ship. It's very basic. Looks cool. But again, why? Explains why it's compatible with humans if these are humans that are looping themselves through time. But why bother fighting? It's kind of like the Hunter had a decent point where he's saying, like, look, I've seen Like, everyone's trying to control each other anyway. Why not just do what you want to do and find the path that makes the most sense to you? And so... why? And then ultimately, who built the temples in the first place? Like, original Starborn? How did this cycle begin? Or is it one of those cycles that can't have a beginning because it technically exists outside of what we conceive of as time, and so thus it's always been there and always will be there because it can exist and thus it does? But that still feels so loopy and so open-ended. It feels odd. Alright, so let's talk to the emissary.
I'll tell you, I know we are not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it is good to see you again, old friend.
Who was I in your universe? Like, what was I like?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same.
So,
It's hard.
they're meaning multiple us.
But each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me.
So you try to protect the artifacts and keep them from being abused.
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way.
So you want to set up like essentially a regulatory body of Starborn. But how do you regulate immortals? And like, again, why is it always going back to Rick and Morty here? It's like the whole Citadel of Ricks. It's this idea of like, oh, well, we have infinite spaces. Why don't we all collect ourselves and make a society of immortal beings that are all supposedly the same person, but we're slightly different? And then you have like these geniuses that can invent teleportation technology and portal guns who are working like fast food jobs. Like, is that the future she's anticipating? Like a society of super beings that are all suddenly on the same level, unless you kind of just have this higher tier of civilization? Well, like, why? Like, what's the gain from that? If you have all of eternity, why would you even want to enter a system like that? Why wouldn't you just do whatever? In fact, why, like, maybe they've gone just fully mad. Like, if you literally had an endless time, but you're also looping, because I don't know, why aren't they living 10,000 years in the future, right? Why are they still here? Do you get stuck? And if you're stuck, constantly repeating in the same portion of the universe, even if it's a fairly large scale of potentiality, like thousands of years, like, wouldn't you just go mental at some point? Can you end your life once you've entered this unity? What exactly is the Amarilli?
When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself.
Okay.
Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
What happens when you enter the unity?
It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you. Offer you the chance to become Starborn.
As opposed to what?
You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us?
So what happens if you say no?
You might the emissary and their kind only want to control you.
And why am I saying why kill for? Oh, why kill for? I thought you were trying to kill the unity. I was like, why would I even know to ask that? After you attacked the lodge, you let me go. Why?
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new.
So maybe these are the only two Starborn?
I don't get many of those anymore.
But we've been attacked by others that weren't these two, so there's gotta be more Starborn. Why did you attack us?
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome.
Oh, okay. He got impatient.
I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time.
He sounds like the
As soon as I realized
hang on.
what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
So, I kind of just realized we're seeing almost like so we have id, ego, superego. We got the superego. We have the id and the superego essentially here. Emissary is like constraint, respect, like and restriction. Like nobody else should do this. And then we have the id. It's kind of like the impulsive, the go. I'm bored. Let's make things happen. I'm tired of waiting. Like go go go. And it's really interesting to have this like a bit of a dichotomy here because you've got like I kind of understand his point of view. He's saying like, look, if I'm going through this loop 1,000 times, I can get the same result by just killing you all. And if you're looping through a universe, every time you loop through a new universe, it's going to feel less important because you're like, there's a billion others out there. It's not like I'm actually doing anything lasting damage-wise, even though for the people in that universe it is. It's very real, traumatic, and frightening. But that would start being like you'd start seeing all of existence like a video game, and that's the idea. Is like I feel like we're seeing like the dichotomy of like there's the ideal character, like the way you tend to play a game, like a character in a video game, and then you have the hunter, which is kind of how ends up happening, especially because like I think about Skyrim. The first time I played really nice, did all the good missions, doing all the fun stuff, kind of immersing myself in the world. But as you do more and more replays, you start finding that just pulling out the swords and just go like quick save and doing a massacre. Like how many times have we done that kind of stuff before, right? This hunter's essentially doing that. That's his whole life right now. So you call the emissary a hypocrite. Why?
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's.
Interesting.
The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
You had this meeting because of me.
No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic.
Interesting.
Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. And it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat.
So did they all float into the same universes at the same time, or what?
Have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
What is the Unity to you? Why kill for it?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation.
Okay.
There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over.
I gotcha.
I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
And to him, we're NPCs, so like it just doesn't matter to him. He's just trying to win the game. It really is like he's just a video game player character. That's interesting. Okay, I can kind of enjoy that idea that like this is like the character that the developers anticipate you playing like, and this is the character we end up all devolving into when we play the game a million times. And then there's you, or in this case me, trying to decide how I enter the game. Interesting. You all have fun. I'll try not to kill you too hard.
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be.
Okay.
Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way.
Fine. I'll see what I can find on the moon.
That is all I ask. I hope you see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space.
So I have to go on a hunt
Part
for
of me
them.
wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
I have no idea. She just gave me a bunch of resources too? Weird. Maybe it's because I had the moon base key added. Weird. Well, that's funky.
Textbook there. We're free.
Okay. Now here's an interesting question. Do I do this final glimpses now, or do I make time pass so I can do the service for the friend who died who I just met? Let's just play the game as it seems to be going. So we're gonna do final glimpses, go talk to everyone about it all. And then probably go to the moon after that. That was interesting. I feel like it was both deep and not deep at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, you've opened the doors for some really interesting ideas to explore, but I'm nervous that they're not gonna do a great job exploring those ideas. So let's give it a try, though. I could be a bit optimistic, right? Like, the game surprised me. So good news, everyone. I found some interesting stuff.
Mateo told us about your Pilgrim's voyage.
Yeah.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
I don't even know. I don't want to answer any of these. There's an infinite number of me out there. I feel sorry for all of them. If that's not a mood, I don't know what is. It's the center of the multiverse, and we're building the way to it.
Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
Nope, gotta go. Bye, guys. Apparently, in another universe, I died and Sarah lived. She's the emissary now, one of those Starborn.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
They looked
Plus
weird.
What it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
Or like the game.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
This is our mission, to go into the unknown. It's why I signed up.
You're right. We have to see the unity for ourselves.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
That literally it. That's all you guys had to say. I just dropped like the biggest bombshell of human history. Like I thought finding alien structures was a huge deal. This is literally gateway to infinite universes, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's cool. Let's go find out about that. No existential crises? Nothing?
These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn.
Yeah, I'll follow up on these.
Catch a smile out there.
You need a ship with grav jump range of 21 light years to reach your destination. Grav jump range is influenced by the ship's grav drive, ship's mass, and your astronomical skill. I think I've got that already, but I'll double check. Now let's see if we can get this jump range to 21. All right, I think we got our exploration ship. It's the ship we got from the pirate that's got the armory with the jail in it. That's cool. I souped it up as best I could. I think we're pretty much all set. How about the kindled? Yeah. Kindled flame. Spicy boy. Take a look at our new beauty. Alright, so standard living area. This is supposed to be like the ship's captain quarters. Feels like the heart of... oh, hey.
Do you need something?
Things you do.
All those credits. And you just handed them over to the Crimson Fleet.
Oh, oopsies. You don't approve.
You even need to ask such a question? But do not turn this around on me. Explain to me why
You would do such a thing.
Uh-oh.
All those credits. And you just handed them over to the Crimson Fleet.
They'll make better allies in the long run.
The pirates. The ones known for robbing, murder, and general betrayal. They will be good allies? Are you listening to yourself?
If it makes life easier, I'd rather be with them than against them.
But think of the cost. If not to you or us, to the people of the settled systems upon whom the Crimson Fleet prey. Their lives are endangered by this, by what you have done. Does that not concern you? All those credits. And you just handed them over to the Crimson Fleet.
I feel like this is a circular conversation here. Things are more fun this way. I mean, that's kind of the honest truth. It was a more fun way to do it.
Your idea of fun is to perpetuate chaos and violence?
If the EC doesn't have the fleet to fight, they'll just go after someone else.
I understand that reasoning.
It's not great reasoning.
I've seen myself, but that is only a possibility. And now you have ensured this conflict will continue. Who knows who may be caught in the crossfire? All those credits. And you just...
Okay, alright. I guess I don't know if there's anything else about this. More about punishing the UC?
I have no love for the United Colonies government. But
Don't feel like I'm actually having a conversation. It's forcing me. I can't even leave. This is the inevitable outcome of what the UC's mistakes with the key were.
That is ridiculous. It was not inevitable. It was a choice you made. Do not try to absolve yourself of any responsibility. Whatever the United Colonies had done in the past does not justify what you have done here. You have put lives at risk with this decision.
People ought to fend for themselves like always.
But you have made it more difficult for them. Do you not understand that?
Oh, gosh. I stand by my decision.
This is where you choose to have conviction, then. I find your decision disappointing, to say the least.
Alright, I guess we're done. Yeesh.
Hey, Dad. Will you continue?
Anyway, yay, let's go. Sweet, fun, huh? So we got on board, we can get someone in, check him in, put him in the prison cell.
Will you do funny voices for the characters? Like you used to when I was little?
You just try and stop me.
Sometimes I just want to turn off the grav drive so we can float around.
I must confess, the hum of a grav drive makes me feel alive.
Alright, let's go. A little more of a grungy seat, but I like it. It actually kind of works.
Prepare for liftoff.
Let's see how this puppy looks.
To be able to see yourself whenever you want. I bet your whole house is full of mirrors.
Alright, now let's assign some points.
Done. Time
Alright.
to dance among the stars.
Still don't know what quantum essence does, but cool. So if the Starborn want these, why don't they ever take them? They always just seem to be here to prevent me from taking them. Omicron. Alright, so map of the universe itself. Gotcha. Alright, well, without further ado, let's get out of here and go get that other one, and then probably go to the moon. I think that's the last thing I'll do for this episode is go to the moon.
So,
Don't pretend to be mad at me. I know you aren't real. I learned that back on Earth, people used to
Hey,
use the
gosh darn it, why are they all talking at the same time?
That's so cool. But I guess it only worked because they just lived on one planet. And that sounds boring.
Remind me one of these days to tell you the tale of a certain Solomon Coe and where his stargazing landed him.
Okay, so we could go rescue the settlers. Maybe. I'll consider it. Let's do a quick save and just see. Because the problem is where we are is pretty dangerous, so. Alright, let's see. This looks familiar. This looks like the place where we got the Razor Crest. Like, similar base design layout. Let's see what on earth's going on up here, huh?
National Research Station. You speaking. What is your business here?
Constellation, investigating an anomaly on this planet.
Constellation? The Explorers? That's a new one. One moment. We don't usually take visitors, but the director's willing to make an exception.
Okay.
What's inside? Stay with me, and don't make any sudden moves. I'll get the door. Welcome to Nishina.
I have a feeling this is going to be a complicated issue, as in people being held hostage.
Step forward. Scan is... One moment.
So what's up, bro? What's the deal?
Attention all. I am declaring a cordial. All sections are now on lockdown. Senior staff, protocol Delta. Use up. There. Be right with you.
So he's locked down the station. We got a distress call. He didn't seem to be in distress. Interesting. So, what's up here?
Ethan Hughes, Chief of Security. If you'll follow me, I'll show you to the director.
What's with all the security?
We're a small research station in the middle of nowhere. Pirates eat places like these for lunch. It is my job to make sure that we are not on the menu.
Who's the director?
Kaya Patel, our administrator and research director. 28 years in quantum particle physics, or so I'm told. It's beyond me.
All right, let's go.
We'll take the back way up.
Lots of turrets.
Here, you can see our lovely storage area. Don't touch anything.
But I wanna.
So, Nisha.
What the fetch? Okay. Okay.
What the? Easy! Easy! What the hell was that?
I don't know. I don't know. I was here, but everything was destroyed.
What? 1 minute, you're following me, and then you're just gone.
Oh my gosh.
Minute later, you pop in out of nowhere looking like you were in the middle of a fight.
I was! There were some scorpion things right over there.
In our storage room. I should have never let you inside. What is this? Some kind of stealth tech? Who are you working for?
Oh, this got interesting. I'd stealth tech, would I be arguing with you in the hallway?
Look, I don't know what's going on. Let's get you to the director. Maybe she can figure this out.
This is already so cool. Alright, we're time skipping, like leaping.
This way.
Maybe this is close to what's nearby here? Like where, yeah. Where we're hopping between, like through time in the same spot. It's very similar to like accessing the core of the universe. Well, I did fire those shots, so that happened.
Who's there?
Hey, sup, my boy? Oh, he's the one that had the distress call.
Finally, someone came. The distress signal. You picked up the distress signal, right?
Yeah, I got your distress signal.
It's been so long. I'm out of food, out of water. But I made it. Wait. How did you get in here?
He was just taking me to see the director, and then I was just here. I think I'm shifting from another Nishina and an intact one.
What? What are you talking about? No. This doesn't make any sense. Unless...
Quantum destabilization.
The accident. Maybe this is a side effect of the accident. If the probe is still feeding power to the distortion, then...
Probe distortion, right. Let's start with the accident.
Right. Sorry. 3 months ago, I was calibrating an experiment in our high-energy research lab.
Oh, I stumbled into something cool here.
There was an accident. An explosion. It caused a gas leak. Sparked a fire. I was trapped in the control room. There was nothing I could do. They're all dead.
You were experimenting on an artifact.
An artifact? You mean the metallic ob...
Just disappear. We should. Wait. She's back. All right. We're on our way up. Fuse out. I was just filling in the director. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, interesting. I might be able to,
If anything happens, the director's office is on the 2nd floor, end of the hall. You can't miss it.
Right. Oh, this is actually this might be one of the most interesting missions we've ever done. Oh, this is great. Bugs. Those are adolescent. I'm terrified of what the big ones will be like. So far, so good. I'll probably use my more plentiful ammo sources for now.
This way.
Now he's just like, yeah, you can just have your gun out. I don't know what demons you're facing, but this is so cool. This is genuinely a hilariously a good, cool idea.
Come in. Kaya Patel, Research Director. And this is our Chief Scientist, Maria Hughes.
Hello.
Ethan said you disappeared right in front of him. Twice now? 3 times?
Director, you can't be taking this seriously.
Just give it a minute. I'm sure it'll happen.
I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but there has to be a rational explanation for all of this.
You found an artifact. You have no idea what you're dealing with.
An artifact?
You mean the source of the distortion? No, we don't. Enlighten us.
Alright. They're connected to, there's a key to temples, the Unity, creation itself.
What, is this some kind of cult?
Maria, I wish.
Creation, the universe, and other universes? You're right. This is well beyond anything we were prepared for. And you have some connection with them, then. Interesting. I wonder if that's why this is only affecting you.
I'd guess so. Whatever this is, I keep shifting to another universe.
That is quite a claim. What makes you think that? Tell us about this other universe.
Raffle said there was a gas fire and that you're all dead.
Raphael? Raphael died in the accident. He...
Wait. Gas fire. Gas fire. The leak. Director, there was a hydrogen leak right after the accident. It was contained in a minute or 2.
So in these universes, it was cause and effect before.
It could well have caused an explosion.
Another universe, though. That's a lot to swallow.
So the universe is on the same timeline, but what happened is that the hydrogen leak in this universe was occurred and detected after the initial accident. It led to Raphael's death, but everyone else is fine. Inversely, in the other universe, they were swapped. So the accident occurred after the hydrogen started to leak, blew up the entire station, but Raphael, because he was in the control room, managed to survive. Tell me about the accident.
This facility and the research level 2 kilometers beneath us were built to study a gravitational distortion. This artifact and the field it creates. 3 months ago, our chief engineer, Raphael, was calibrating an experimental probe when something went wrong.
We still don't know what happened. There was a series of explosions, and somehow it's still running.
Raphael said the probe is feeding power into the distortion.
That would make sense. That's why the field strength keeps increasing. We have a control unit for the probe. After the accident, I tried to use it to shut down the system, but the kill switch isn't responding.
Right.
We could shut it off manually, but the entire research level is locked down. We can't even get down there.
I might be able to from the other side. Locked down, so you can't override your own security system.
Not from up here. The explosion fried the network circuits.
Ugh, that's not great.
Without physical access to the research level, there is little we can do. We have been working in makeshift labs for months.
What's this research level?
What you see here are just our living quarters. Most of this facility is deep underground. We have a particle accelerator and extensive research and development labs. Or we did.
I'll find a way to stop this.
How? I told you the research level's locked down. We can't even use the damn elevator.
Maybe I could in the other universe.
What?
Clever. In this
If it's
other
real,
universe,
yeah.
Raphael
She just
survived.
goes for it.
He made it back from the lab, so clearly his elevator works. Take it, and you might be able to shut down the experiment.
First I need to eat something.
This is crazy.
Oh yeah.
But first, we have to do something about your shifting.
You mentioned a control unit earlier?
We can't shut down the probe, but we might be able to adjust some of the other parameters. It's risky. We don't know what we're dealing with, but... All right. It's worth a try.
I'm amazed how
Sounds
quickly
like
people
we
just
have a
go with the
plan.
flow in this universe. They're like, yeah, practical impossibilities. No real, like, credible evidence, but, like, some interesting, like, phrasing. Yeah, okay, sure. We'll just go with that.
Come with me. The control unit is in the fabrication lab next door.
Alright, let's see. I'm a phase again, huh?
What have we gotten ourselves into?
Trust me, I wish I knew. Yeah, bye-bye. Alright. Oh, wow. She's just here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's some really fun design, like narrative design for the set piece and everything. A lot of this is still pretty locked down and inaccessible. I can only do so much. Need to get in here somehow. Oh, you're a big boy. Hey, buddy. Oh, you look terrifying.
Oh, it's you. What happened? You disappeared, and the ceiling caved in, and I thought I'd finally lost it.
All right, I met with the director. We have to shut down the probe. I need to get to the fabrication lab.
What? This place is falling apart. I don't understand any of this. If I hadn't seen you disappear with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah.
Okay. You're my ticket out of here. We'll do this your way. We can get out through the pantry. Here's the key. I'll back you up, I guess.
I have a feeling I can't take you with me, unfortunately, but I'll try. Dang it!
What the? You? Security breach! Go! Out of my way!
Alright. So, that didn't work. Sorry, everybody. Bit of a crisis here. Excuse me. Out of my way. Gosh darn it! Raphael? There you are. Can you tell me more about the accident?
I was in the lab, working on the frequency calibration for the probe. I was walking out of the control room when it happened. I heard the tanks rupture. The alarm sound. I only had a second to react. I jumped back into the control room. The doors sealed. I was safe. From the gas, the fire, everything. But I was trapped. There was nothing I could do to stop it.
That sucks.
If I had gone the other way, maybe I could have made it to the ventilation controls.
Oh.
Even if it killed me.
So that's what happened. It was the same event,
think about it.
but his snap decision changed the events completely. Where are these creatures coming from?
They're a native species. We had an electric pulse field to keep them out. The fire took out the generators, damaged the foundation. They just keep coming.
Okay. What will happen when I shut down the probe?
I'm not sure. It might stop whatever's happening to you. It's a reasonable theory, I guess.
Alright. Let's see what we can manage then. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Security logs. Power surge. Raphael's running some tests. Suppress the warning. Serious F cause. Become an explosion in the lab. Gas leak is bad. Primary circuit's fried. Can't connect. Survey team report. This is a nightmare world. I'm sure scans look nice. Breathable atmosphere, near Earth gravity, habitable temps, mid-latitude, fully established ecosystem, maybe even some useful organics. Don't let it fool you. Everything here is out to get you. Apex predator, this Cataxi, are burrowing carnivores near impenetrable shells, deadly venom. Herbivores are aggressive, wildly territorial. Local flora defends itself with some of the strongest psychotropics we've seen. Even the oceans are polluted with heavy metals and organic compounds that melt your skin if you're not protected. Cool, this place is great. We had to set up a facility here. We need a high-end electric pulse field to keep the fauna at bay. Full-time doctor and security teams on standby in case an idiot decides to go for a walk. Supplemental report, the Cataxi. The Cataxi appear to be the native apex predators of Freya 3, resembling large old Earth scorpions. They are particularly notable for their highly aggressive nature and incredible facility of burrowing through chitinous shells and powerful venom. In the wild, Cataxi are ambush hunters, digging extensive warrens and using highly developed vibration sensely to detect approaching prey and ambush it from the most opportune vantage. Initial scans suggest Cataxi colonies may have extended as far as several kilometers beneath the surface, preying on burrowing creatures in Freya's extensive cave networks. A Cataxi tracks their prey with vibrations. They are immune to flash-type grenades. However, a strong vibrational disruptive like an electric pulse field should be effective at keeping them at bay. Cataxi have evolved to reinforce chitinous plating, makes them heavy resistant to conventional impact and ballistic weapons. Initial confrontations suggest cryonics-based energy may be sufficiently more effective at repulsing them. When they ambush is insufficient, Cataxi rely on neurotoxic venom to fell larger prey. Resistant environmental suits or adequate medical supplies are essential for survival outside the security perimeter. Cataxi should be considered extremely dangerous or be avoided all possible. Download the survey data. Might as well. Cool. Hey, buddy.
What? Oh, it's you.
I like how getting used to this.
Just popped into my locked office. So much for security protocols.
That seems to be happening a lot lately.
What a day, huh? Yeah, let me get the doors for you.
Thank you.
And done. Is there anything else you need?
A prayer? I need something to fight the Cataxi in the other universe.
The Cataxi in the other universe. Uh-huh. Wow. I've got an experimental thing one of the engineers put together. But...
Yeah? Sure there's a way we could both walk away happy. That's better. Can we move to the part where you give it to me?
It might be okay.
So generic, whatever.
Alright. Yeah. It's never been field tested. But all yours.
Experiment, shotgun. What can you, let's see. What can you tell me about the research level?
Bigger than you'd expect.
Great.
We got a particle accelerator, whole lab complex, the high energy research lab.
Great.
Real state of the art. Can't tell you what a tenth of it actually does.
Alright, the director said the research level is locked down.
That's right. Has been since the accident. We can't connect to the control system to override it.
If I could connect, how would I override
on
it?
A hair trigger. Cameras spot anyone not in the staff database. They fire off an alarm and all hell breaks loose.
Got a lot of mods on it, that's for sure. Not a ton of ammo, but looks solid. We'll give it a try. Okay. I'm just waiting for a real big one. Yeah, these is like one-shotting them. That's impressive. Whew. This thing is nice. At the very least, it's nice at killing these things. Kind of fun that they introduced the concept of like jumping between galaxy universes, and now I get to actually do that. A flavor win for the game for sure. Okay. How you doing? I'm having a day. Hope you don't mind if I look a little confused.
What, did you get lost in the hallway?
Long story. It was blocked in the other universe.
Right. This is the probe control unit. Most of these controls aren't responding. I'm going to very carefully adjust the settings I can.
Okay.
There's no way to tell what's about to happen. Pay attention and be ready for anything.
Oh boy.
I'll begin by adjusting the energy feed of the electron beam array. We're at 93 teravolts. Calibrating to 95, 97, 100. Nothing.
I'm gonna save real quick.
Let's try the other way. 91, 89.
Oh.
What the?
What was that?
Okay. It looks safe to approach. But what in the world?
Oh, hey, I've seen these. Yeah.
It's a microdistortion. Flux pattern matches the distortion in the lab. The setting is just exposing it somehow.
So it was always there. We just couldn't see it.
Step into the distortion, please.
Is this what I've been passing through? Oh, that would make sense. I've interacted with these types of anomalies before. I'm kind of like maybe attuned to them. And I walk into it and it just flicks me in.
It's possible. That's what I
And we couldn't see them before.
If that is
but now,
what's happening, what does that mean? How many of these distortions are there? All around us, all this time, and we've never noticed.
all right, well, fortune favors the bold.
Nothing.
Oh.
No, hold on. There's a slight pattern change. Some kind of resonance. All right, stay there. Let me turn the feedback up for a moment.
Feeds down, we can see it. Feed up, we can pass through it. That's what it is. Turn it down to see it. Phase up to transfer over. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. Well, it's science mumbo jumbo, but it makes sense science mumbo jumbo. Ooh, handy. Okay. Got it.
What happened? Are you all right?
Pull out the same tool. It worked.
So the lower setting causes the distortions to manifest, and the higher causes you to shift.
Yeah,
That seems promising.
that's super great breakthrough-wise.
Keep it on the lower setting until you want to shift, and you should be able to avoid any more accidents.
Beautiful.
I'd give you my control unit, but it looks like you already have one from the other universe.
So it's actually the
I'll
same.
have to take a look at that when this is all over.
Yeah, we'll trade these later. Do you want to test anything else?
No, we still don't understand what we're dealing with here. If we found something that works, let's not press our luck. You may want to practice shifting just to make sure this works reliably. Closer to the distortion, conditions may be less stable, if that's possible.
All right, it's time to shut this thing down.
Right. If you can get down to the research level, you need to make your way to the high energy research lab. Disengage the power interlocks, then pull the emergency shutdown to stop the probe. That should finally put an end to all this.
Just hope I can come back.
And before you go, the director wanted to speak with you. It really is just down the hall.
Let's assume I can make it. All right.
Well then, all set? If you need supplies, I've asked Dr. Barakova to take care of you. It's the least I can do after everything we've put you through.
You didn't put me through anything.
There is one other thing we should discuss. If this experiment is the cause of your shifting, when you shut it down, the shifting will stop. What happens then? To you and to us.
I'm gonna be stuck wherever I am.
Yes, and what of us? Nishina is a closed system, 2 potential states held in tension. When you shut down the experiment, that tension will resolve. You are the outside observer in the system. Whichever reality you are in at that moment is what will become real. For you and your universe, at least.
That's
The
interesting.
question is, which will you choose?
Ask some questions.
Of course.
What will happen to the other universe theoretically?
I don't know. I'm not sure it's possible to know.
I think it'll continue to
It may
exist.
cease to exist. It was one possible universe, but not what actually happened. We or Raphael actually did die months ago. Or it may remain real, just not in your universe. Or in some quantum sense, perhaps you make both choices and both outcomes will be real. Welcome to quantum mechanics.
Mm-hmm. Is there no other way?
Not that I can see.
All right, then.
Have you reached a decision?
I don't know.
If this were a choice between my life and Raphael's, I would ask you to save him. But as the director of the station, I am responsible for the lives of my staff.
Oh, what? It's like it's such an interesting trolley
People
problem,
with
isn't it?
families, careers, futures ahead of them. In this universe, you don't have to decide now. But when the time comes, please keep them in mind.
This is brilliant because there's not a good or bad answer here. It comes down to
With
like how
network
you
offline,
feel
we
about it.
can't shut down the security system on the research level, so you can expect some resistance. Be careful. Ethan, unlock the elevator lobby, please.
Ma'am, research level is still locked down.
I'm aware of that.
Alright. Done.
Good luck, dear. It's been a fascinating day.
I agree. All right, let's get some supplies and then hop on out of here. But yeah, like what I really like about what they just described is essentially like there's not really a moral system here. Like you can argue the morals, but again, it's the trolley problem. Like all these people have no idea what's going on, but in the other universe, they're dead.
Don't touch
I could save Raphael though. He's alive, and if I abandon him, he literally starves to death by himself. No one ever knows what happened or why.
Excuse me.
I think they've already got used to it. Like, okay, it's the teleporting man, whatever. Right, here we go. Oh, this turned really cool. I can't believe that this mission's been in here the whole time. I almost feel like the game was built for this mission. Like, it just feels like somebody came up with the idea for this type of conflict and built like the mechanics of the game and narrative around it. Like that sounds, I know that probably sounds really bizarre, but it feels too nuanced and too well thought out and too fun of an idea to explore for it to like, I don't know, like compared to everything else we've seen in the game, like this is on a whole other level. All right, and override lockdown accelerator section. Okay, I think we're good. Again, ugh, this is great, but it's my brain's tired. How much you want to bet? There's more security in here now. Each stinking layer. I mean, in a logical sense, there's a lot of good idea for a redundant security system where it can't all be controlled from one central point, but it's frustrating in the game. Okay. Here we go. Oh, cool. Eggs. Alright, boys. Oh, you're freaking out over there. Ow, what the fetch? Ow. Ah. That really freaking hurt. They're doing the teleport digging thing that they do in like Fallout, where they'll just like, you know, just pop up right behind you. I think they do. I think he just did that, like a dig teleport. It's literally just one-shotting them all, which is great for me. There's gonna be a big boss though, I know it. Where's this one that apparently knows where I am? I think I got stuck on a wall somewhere. Oh boy. Well, there's that. Here they come. Guess I have to fight a whole army. I will hunt you all to extinction. So I'm guessing you guys don't pop out till I push that button, huh? I need to figure out what I'm doing here first. I don't know what button I should push. Okay. Disengage power to locks or switch universe. Oh, so the choice is whatever universe I'm in when I deactivate everything. Okay. So either this one or the other one. I feel really bad for him, but if I'm honest, like I had to make a choice. Like, at least I know in the other universe my ship is here. This universe I might not. And that sounds cold and sucky, and it is. But I think that's what I would do. And, you know, same thing, it's number of people. Wouldn't it be funny if I got all these credits from here and then I like get like arrested for having duplicate credits, because that's what it would look like. There's one robot apparently that's still attacking. Oh, they're shooting the camera for me. That's funny. Okay. Oh, here he is. Poor guy. Goodbye, other universe. Thank you, Raphael. I'm sorry, but I do think this is for the best. Shut down. Got Lambda.
Please do not enter. Security incident resolved. The security lockdown has been terminated.
There we go. All's done. Sucks we had to leave him behind, but I really don't know if there's a good, like this thing, there's no good answer to that.
Ah, there you are. Welcome back. Ethan, how are we doing?
Research levels back online. Definitely some damage, but it could be a lot worse.
This is a lot to take in. Artifacts, multiple universes.
Look on the bright side, dear. Just imagine the papers you'll publish.
If anyone even believes this.
I am curious, though. Why did you decide to stay here, with us?
Raphael just died to save you. I wanted to honor that.
Of course. I'll make sure the consortium remembers his sacrifice. Our next supply ship will be arriving soon. I'll have a full report ready for them. For now, I'd like to extend our gratitude and what compensation I can offer for everything we put you through. Thank you. This has been
another
a truly
gun?
remarkable experience.
I got a lot of stuff there, so I'm gonna be super heavy now. But yep, there we go. Well, that was something. Superior Constellation spacesuit added. Interesting. Let's take a peek at what that is. Okay. Technically, it's better than the Mirrored Mantis suit. Auto med. And then that. Okay. But I think that's where we're going to end for today. This is an incredibly long recording. That episode was really cool. I'm going to say this, though. It does have hallmarks of a mission that I remember from Titanfall 2. But I do think it's a bit different. Titanfall 2's was more of a fun gameplay aspect of like jumping through different points in time. Which was really fun and reflective, but it ultimately was a linear journey. This one was kind of linear as well, but it wasn't different time. It was different universes, and I liked that idea. Like I liked the trolley problem here. Essentially, it's a really fun experiment to jump through, and I kind of am interested if you happen to play this. What was your decision here, and why did you do it? Because I don't think there is a right decision technically. I think it comes down to what is it that you decided was worth keeping around, and the justification for it. I'd really be interested to know what that is for you, because I think it matters. It's a cool conversation. Anyway, so that was an ending I didn't expect, but I absolutely loved it. Next week we'll go to the moon and then turn over all of our pieces to the armamentary or whatever it's called in our ship, and we'll see what happens. But it sounds like we're pretty much at the end, so yeah, I'm pretty excited, honestly. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'm really interested to see how this plays out now, because I think finally we've got some interesting stuff going on, interesting concepts. But I'm also a little concerned again that we're not going to get any deeper than this, that it's not going to be playing with like there's so many questions that just aren't answered, or maybe they're not answerable. But I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, hope you enjoyed yourself. I certainly did. So thank you. Thank you to the patrons and members who support this content and make it possible for me to make it, and I look forward to making all the more for you. And until this video watching me, I've seen me next. I'll see you there.